Hey everyone, what's going on? It's your boy Krebsy Crypto, and for today's video, we're taking a look at a coin called Zano, and this is another GPU coin that you're able to mine, and it's built off the whole privacy narrative right now. It's been around for a little bit now, but obviously with privacy like Zcash, XMR, and stuff like that kind of having their rallies right now, Zano is doing quite well and kind of tying itself in within that, and it's a GPU mineable coin that pretty much any GPU is able to mine. So we'll kind of take a quick overview on their website here. We'll check out the pricing and I'll show you a few things on my computer here, and then I'll jump over to my actual mining rig and show you mining Zano like through the setup and stuff here that we go through now. For Zano, as you see here on their website, every link here will be in the description, and this isn't sponsored or promoted or anything like that. I've been mining this for a little bit now and figured to make a video on it since it's kind of holding its own in this crypto market. So it's everything private by default. So by default on their blockchain, everything is private. It's not like an option like with Zcash and stuff. You can choose to shield everything, but with this by default, everything is private. Only you can see it, obviously. This is the blockchains where transactions, assets, staking, trading, and applications are confidential by protocol design, not by option. So as I was just explaining, they have something here coming up that I will kind of quickly get into afterwards. But you can download their wallet right on the computer, or you can use the mobile wallet. I use the mobile wallet myself. I haven't really checked out their desktop version because I like having a wallet on my mobile. It's just quicker and easier. As you see, they lock up coins. They have staking as well on top of mining. So it's the best of both worlds. So I will still support it. I'm not a huge proof of stake guy, but as long as they still have proof of work, I'm all for it. They burn their fees. So I believe once you transfer and stuff like that, the fees get burned. And confidential assets is 926. And as you see, their mission here, no surveillance, no intermediaries, no compromise. Zano delivers unstoppable financial privacy through a decentralized, scalable blockchain that enables anyone to transact, store value, and issue confidential assets without giving up control. Because you can stake even any amount on here, there's no minimum, unlike Ethereum and other coins that kind of say, okay, you can stake, but you have to have this much. So this allows you to stake any amount and stuff, and obviously everything's private by default and secure. It's decentralized, so it's a cool narrative in this whole new technology realm. And obviously, since it's kind of privacy driven, so as you see here, they have a whole ecosystem built. They have their own trade platform. They have a private stable coin, FUSD, that's tied to Zano as well. And you can check out obviously the block explorer and stuff, and you can deep dive right into it. Obviously, they have different exchanges listed. You can mine it, stake it, whatever you want. I just wanted to quickly go over it. You can take the time and deep dive more into it if you choose to. I feel like the privacy thing is a big thing nowadays. I believe in privacy, and that's the whole narrative behind Bitcoin, but it's become too centralized and become like too many exchanges, KYC, this and that. There's too many hands on it, so I like these privacy narrative coins. As you know, I mine Zcash as well and have been for a while. I've mined Monero and now Zano as well, and there's been a couple other smaller ones that I've mined here and there. But yeah, again, I just want to show you this. You can go ahead and go to their wallets and stuff here from their downloads. As I said, this is the one I use for the mobile. It's for iOS and Android, and they have different supported wallets there too. You can get the full wallet on the Windows here. There's a light wallet as well. So there's a few. There's even extension for Chrome. So it makes it very accessible, and I love the GPU mining aspect. They're sticking around that kind of, as long as they don't take it out, of course. But the GPU mining is great, and it's a great thing to have because it brings these home miners as well, and it keeps everything more fair instead of having ASICs and stuff like that. So of course, before we get further into this, make sure to download a wallet of some sort for Zano, so that way you do have the address ready to go. Again, here's the chart here. So it is priced at $8.41, and I believe this is American because I'm on CoinMarketCap. I haven't changed anything. But as you see here, it's done pretty well. It started at like 50 cents, 30 cents, even lower. And it's kind of had its first pump there at $2, and then it's worked its way up to 3, and then all the way up to 15 or so. And now we're kind of hovering around this $8 mark. But again, it's kind of corresponding close to the Zcash chart as well. So they're kind of tying together. I don't know how or why, but I just kind of compared that. So as you see, it's not overall doing too bad. The last year it's obviously been down because it had its pump, but it's still holding its own compared to what it was. So it's a decent GPU mine in my opinion. And as I was talking about this new update here, so as you see here, they have this countdown thing. This is because they're having another hard fork. So native Zano has faced rejection by tier 1 exchanges due to privacy, obviously. So that kind of kept people out, but now they added a new transparent EVM. So now they've made W Zano and it changes the math. It's an asset on the transparent EVM blockchain. It's easier to integrate within exchanges and stuff like that. But then once you do have W Zano, you can bridge it back to Zano for the full privacy aspect. This is just allowing it to expand to more exchanges and stuff like that. I figured to throw that in there in case you were wondering. Of course, you can read more into that. I just wanted to go over this. So obviously it's doing fairly well. I wouldn't complain about this price. I believe there's no cap on the max supply. So it's kind of like Monero as well in a way. But of course this is GPU. I don't know if it's CPU. I think it is, but obviously GPU is going to be your better option. So if you're looking for a pool, I personally use Woolly Pool here, and I've used a few of them. I'm not saying like other pools are bad, but this one's kind of been my better one just due to ping and stuff like that. But as you see, I got my one rig back in my living room and I got it fired up. So I got it running on Zano here. And mind you, they're just P106 100 cards that are 6 gigabyte. I believe you can use 4 gigabyte. I have a friend that's using the old AMD RX like 580s, 570s, whatever. And they're running Zano. So it allows more home miners and lower tier graphics cards and stuff like that to mine. But as you see, this is Canadian price, by the way. I have this set to Canadian dollar. It shows the price, it has your balance. Every payout is 0.25, I believe, and most pools are like that. You can go ahead and go on mining pool stats, and we can check it out here. Check out some more pools. So if you do want some more pools here, they are widely listed. They have Hero Miners, Woolly Pool, Lucky Pool. You can check out whichever one's best for you, obviously. So yeah, I just wanted to give you that option. I use this one. Obviously, it's just all location based. Hero Miners is good too. I used Lucky Pool for a while. There's nothing wrong with that one. They're all good. Like I said, it's just personal preference, really. And for actual mining software, I use SRB Miner Multi. There is different mining software, obviously, depending on your graphics card or if you're using CPU or whatever the heck is going on here. So once you're on the actual GitHub here, you just go over to releases and you can just get the newest one if you choose. And once you download it, there will be an actual Zano thing there. So I'll show you quickly on here before actually like downloading it. What you want to do is come down to update and security, and you're going to come down to Windows security. Then you go virus and threat protection, and then you want to go to manage settings. You just want to turn it off for now because it's going to flag it just like every other mining software and stuff like that. SRB is trusted and everything. All you want to do is download it here, and once it's downloaded, it's going to be in your folders here. So you just extract here, and it's going to download and extract just like that. And then what you want to do is come over to your virus and threat protection, go to exclusions, click yes, click add an exclusion, click add folder, and then you want to go to your downloads and go to wherever SRB is downloaded, and then double click into it. Make sure you're in the second folder here and click select folder, and that's going to add it to your exclusion, so that way it doesn't get deleted or anything like that. Come back to this here and just turn on your virus settings again. So this is like a quick and easy way to kind of get around that so you don't have any issues. And then once you're in it here, you're going to scroll down and you're going to see start mining Zano, and that's going to be the bat folder you edit. Of course, in Hive OS and stuff, you're going to make a flight sheet. You might already know how to do that, and you're just coming on to the video. I don't use Hive OS. I run all my rigs on Windows with however many GPUs. I figured out kind of a way to run multiple GPUs within Windows, so I just do that so that way I don't have to pay for Hive OS. So once you open up this SRB config, you're going to see here it's ProgPow Zano. So it does take a little bit of power since it's ProgPow, but of course you can use underclocks and tweak it and all that. I turned down some of my graphics cards, so I use less power, of course. The pool, lucky pools by default. Of course, you can change it to whatever pool from the list that we went through there. And then your wallet, you're just going to paste your wallet address from the Zano wallet you made. Hopefully you made that at the beginning of the video. And then you can just go ahead and paste it in here. And then once you're done all that, you're just going to click File and Save. And then you're just going to double click and be able to run it. I will go over to my mining rig and show you, but I just wanted to show you the config and setup here on an actual screen here so it's easier to see. But yeah, you just download whatever corresponding miner you want to use, edit the Zanobat, and put in your corresponding information. So we will probably jump over in my mining rig now. I just wanted to go through everything on here so you have a clear understanding and clear sight of it. Of course, you can deep dive. All the links will be in the description. You can check everything out. But now we'll jump over my rig and I'll just show you it all running and my power consumption and my hash rate. Alright, so now we're out at my mining rig here. As you see, it's nothing special. It's just some P106 100s. Very old, very non-real profitable card. But I just pulled the old rig out to, mine Zano and stuff, and I use it for Cryptex. Just being a home miner pretty well. I want to expand, but yeah, being a home miner, it's just nice and convenient. Back like a couple years ago, I paid like 20 bucks, 25 bucks each. So I just had them. I also have my other ones running too, but that's running a different coin. But as we see here, I just have it mining through SRB on Zano. I get about 61 mega hash. Again, I have it cranked down on power and stuff. I will see if I can get it pulled up a little bit. So as you see here, try to get a better angle for you guys. As you see here, I have it kind of cranked down the power down to like 60. I have the fans cranked up. I have a little bit of core clock and memory clock. I'm kind of tweaking with it. There we go. Kind of messing with it so that way I can kind of overclock it a bit. So that's how I'm getting a little more hash rate. Usually if you crank it at 150 for core and 50 for memory, and just add 50 each time until it crashes, and then just kind of keep it around there, obviously prior to the crash. But as you see here, it's not too bad. Overall, it doesn't consume too much power for myself. Trying to see where it is, I think is around like 300 to 350 watts. It does show on here, but it's just not showing right now. But yeah, so obviously it depends on your card. Like if you have something like AMD, it might consume more power, so you would want to crank down, make it kind of underclocked and stuff. Unless you can overclock it while consuming less power, then that works too. But yeah, like I said, you don't need high-end card or anything. Obviously it's a lot better to have a higher end card, but Zano runs on more household GPUs and stuff like that compared to like other coins and stuff, so it's kind of a plus in my opinion. And again, everything is just running through SRB. I would see if I can pull up the config here. So yeah, once you have the config filled in like earlier, it should run no problem here, and you should have no real issue with it. Yeah, really, doesn't crash, nothing like that. And again, with it kind of being established and stuff and more updates to come and possibly more exchanges, it could be a good run for Zano. I've been mining it for a little bit, like I said, with just these cards. I do have like a 1660 and stuff like that, which I have a little trouble running Zano on. I don't know if it's just my settings or my card or the rig it's on or anything, but yeah, these ones have no issue. I have, like I said, another P106 rig, and that one runs Zano without problem as well. And I messed up on the power. I meant to say this one, I was thinking of my other one there, but this one does focus. This one does about 560 watts, so a little hefty, but again, I do own, like I have 8 cards on here, I think, 2, 4, 6, 8 cards. So for 550 watts, it's not horrible, and I have a little bit cheaper of power. So again, ignore when I said earlier the 300 watts, that's my other rig I have. But this one itself, yeah, it runs about 550 for 8 of these cards. They're only consuming about like 60 to 70 watts each, so nothing too crazy. Again, they run a little hotter. A lot of these are beat down. Some fans don't spin. I have things in there holding fans because they rattle and stuff. So again, these are old cards. I usually run this stuff on Cryptex just to accumulate Bitcoin. But I just wanted to show you it up and running so you know what to look for once it's booted. when you boot it, it'll probably do an auto tune and stuff like that. So it might take a minute for your hash rate to kick in. But if you end up having issues with SRB or something, you could try a different mining software. There's a few of them that support ProgPow, Zano here. So again, you can just go ahead and look around. Usually on the pools that you mine, they'll list like the mining software and stuff too. But again, I just wanted to show you guys this. Hopefully you got something from this video. Hopefully, you go out and try to mine some Zano, or it just gives you another option for GPU mining depending on your hydro price. Again, you can stake as well, so if you're wanting to do that, you can go ahead and do that. But hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button, as it lets me know you're enjoying the content and you're kind of getting something out of it. But I hope y'all have an amazing day, and this is Krebsy Crypto signing out.